We are looking at the landing page of Shadow Puppet EDU, and as you can see here on the left, we have the Create New button. Also on this landing page, we have the Settings gear, which we'll come back to in a minute, and we have Ideas down at the bottom. Tap on the Ideas tab, and you'll come to a page that shows a number of different ideas for projects that students can create, and they're all based on different content areas. I chose the Family Heritage Map, and you can see that it includes an image of the map. It includes a prompt for what students should do, a tip for how to do it, and then it includes the Common Core state standards that this project addresses as well. Going back to the landing page, right here in the upper left-hand corner is the Settings gear button. Go ahead and tap that, and you'll come to this Settings page. The important ones are down at the bottom here. You can see that they are all on by default. And the two to pay attention to, of course, are Save to Camera Roll, which means that when students are finished with their videos, they just tap Done, and the video automatically saves to the camera roll. And also Show Image Credits, which will put a slide at the end of the video that credits the images and where they were found, which is always a good idea when students are using videos or they're using images that they didn't do themselves. When students do tap that Create button, they will open up to their camera roll to start getting images for their project. So here you can see that camera roll is highlighted, and these are pictures from my particular camera roll. And then there are lots of other options. For example, the map search. So students can type in a location up here at the top, and it will go to that map. They have the standard view, the satellite view, and a hybrid view. And when students are ready, they can pinch to zoom, and when they're ready to capture that particular map, they just tap the camera button and it will save a picture of the map. Students can also visit some famous landmarks. There are a limited number, and most of them are ancient, but they're very interesting, and they're just beautiful pictures of these landmarks. In addition to the photos and the map, students also have an education search that they can do right here. You see that they have access to a number of catalogs, as well as an image search on the web, which can be turned off if you don't want your students searching on the web for images. Once students have chosen the images that they want to use, they can reorder them if they wish. They can duplicate slides just by tapping on one of them. They can move them around, and then when they're ready, they choose Next. Once students are ready to begin recording, they tap that Start button right down there, which will start the recording process. Students can also add text to some of their pages, or all of them if they wish, and they can also add music, either background music from the app or music that they have in their iTunes library. You can see here in the upper right-hand corner there's an icon that's a menu. Students can also tap on that before they start recording, and they can add images or reorder them. They can delete, they can save. There's lots of different options there in that upper right-hand corner. As students are creating, they also have this button right here. Once they hit record, and you can see that it tells they're recording, it shows how long they've recorded. If they tap that button right there, it brings up a menu for the drawing tools, which, as you can see here, drawing is enabled, and that's what I'm doing with the yellow highlighter running across the page. And these are just a few of the options that the students will have when they tap that button. And when they're all finished, they tap the Save button, which will allow them to preview their video. So students will preview from here. They can just tap the Play button. If they wish to see, these are all the great sharing options, and if they wish to see other sharing options, they tap the More button. The grown-ups only option can be turned off, and it will ask you if you've done it a number of times if you'd like to turn that off. But by tapping on this button, it gives additional options for how to share. As you can see, those options are mostly social media options, so you might not even need to do that, but it can also allow the students to open their video in a different app altogether if there are other things that they'd like to do to it. When they are all entirely finished, students choose that Done button right there. They can hide that by tapping More again, but they choose Done, and then the video automatically saves to their camera roll, and it'll be shown on their landing screen as well. If for some reason students did not save their video to the camera roll when they created it, if they tapped the No Thanks, I'll Share Later, or if they want to share it later again at some other point, or for example if it got deleted, they can always tap on the video from that landing page, and right here in the upper right hand corner you can see that there is the menu, and students have the option again to save it to the camera roll and do other things with it as well. So even if they forget or if the save doesn't work, they always can go back and save to the camera roll another day, another way, and maybe another day too. And that is an introduction to Shadow Puppet EDU.